Which deserves anime of the year? Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, or Solo Leveling? I want to preface all the what I'm about to say by admitting I love both of these shows. I know y'all see the Jinwoo profile picture. You know, I got Jinwoo sprinkled through all of my content. With my fucking stream loop, it's Jinwoo. It's Jinwoo. It's Solo Leveling, okay? So I know what you're assuming, like, oh, this guy is just about to talk about how much Solo Leveling is good. No. When I watched Frieren, I cried. Frieren it's a slow burn, but that burn, like, hurt. That's a first degree burn, bro. Like, Frieren is really good. And season 1 was really good. So I say all that to say that I think that both Frieren and Solo Leveling deserved Anime of the Year. That means that if Frieren got Anime of the Year, I wouldn't be mad. Solo Leveling got Anime of the Year, I'm not mad. But I've seen a lot of Solo Leveling hate. It's like I've never seen people down Solo Leveling until it won until it won Anime of the Year. Because bro, I see multiple meme pages just posting these rage videos of like how trash Solo Leveling is and how it's just buns and it shouldn't have won Anime of the Year and all this bullshit. I'm like, bro, y'all were on y'all feet every single week waiting for that next episode. Where did this come from? But then I realized this is anime. Niggas get toxic when they favorite anime don't win. You know, the toxicity is always gonna be louder than the positivity. First, I want to address the claim that Solo Leveling didn't deserve Anime of the Year. Nigga, I'm not gonna sit here and rage bait nobody and say season 1 of Solo Leveling was leagues ahead of Frieren, because it wasn't. It's like season 1 and season 2, but by themselves, they're really good by themselves, but it's like, it's fragmented. Whereas Frieren, it was one full pie. So in that retrospect, sure, Frieren does have that edge over Solo Leveling. But isolate season 1 by itself, I still think Solo Leveling is up there. What make both of these animes so good is the fact that both of them do what they set out to do in like a really great fucking way. So Frieren is like this after story of, you know, these mages that are falling from grace, or that are like, you know, they're coming from their prime, and we get to see them live lives past their big moment of destroying the Demon King or whatever, right? We follow Frieren, this emotionless quote-unquote elf that is on this journey of herself of not only being like a teacher and like a parental figure to figuring out like how to be human in a sense. And then we have Solo Leveling. We have a story about this weak dude, the weakest dude in his little area, I guess in the world, but I don't believe Jinwoo was actually the weakest person in the world. That's just utterly ridiculous. That would be utterly ridiculous. I think he was probably just the weakest nigga in Korea. He has no badges. He has no badges. He has no good attributes. He has nothing good going for himself in terms of being a hunter. But he has the will to become better. Jinwoo goes from being a person with will but no potential to a person with potential and will, unlocking power and seeing just how far he can go. I think that both Frieren and Solo Leveling tells you what they want you to get from their story from the very beginning, and what they want you to feel from their story. And I feel like both of them attack those things perfectly. Maybe not perfectly, nothing's perfect, but they're really good at going to what they tell you they want you to go to in their animes. So what makes Frieren better than Solo Leveling, and what makes Solo Leveling better than Frieren? I don't think that we can really compare the shows. It's like if you were thrown Love is War and fucking Seraph No End. These authors are set out to do two completely different things. Like, sure, Attack on Titan has more narrative complexity than Prison School, but Prison School, you're never gonna laugh as hard as you are watching Prison School. You're never gonna laugh as hard as you laugh watching Prison School than laughing at Attack on Titan. So we got two completely different entities doing two completely different things. How do we compare them? We see how well they follow the goals they set their series out to. That's why I don't understand where this hate from Solo Leveling is coming from, because a lot of people make the mistake of comparing shows to the top rated narrative masterpieces, and if you don't do the things that these other shows do, you're trash. I don't believe in that, bro. A lot of people are saying that Solo Leveling is a power fantasy, has zero plot, which is just false because it's a story. It's giving you a story. It's just not as complex as fucking Eldians fighting for their lives on Paradise Island. It doesn't have a emotional attachment, which is also untrue because there's still emotions. There's emotions. People don't understand. There's emotions outside of feeling bad for something or feeling sadness. There's emotions there. You're just not equating them the same way as you would to, like, you know, more complex emotions or more deep or thought-provoking emotions like sadness and depression. And then for Frierin's side, right? People are saying that the entire cast of Frierin is monotone, meaning like, okay, everybody is kind of boring and emotionless and no one really has like any like vigor to them, which people were saying. I know that's gonna be shocking to people, but people were saying that Frierin was a monotonous anime. I will never forget that. Too slow, or it's not enough action, it's too much talking. It's just wrong, bro. It's wrong to look at these shows like that. So what you need to do, take a step back, all right? All the people that think Frierin is trash, all the people that think Solo Leveling is trash, take a step back and look at what the author has set out for their show to do. Ask yourself, does Solo Leveling set itself out to be a story where you're gonna look at all these different characters and remember their names and love their backgrounds and, you know, feel bad for them and love their character development? Does Solo Leveling show you that that's what the type of story it's gonna be? Ask yourself, is Frierin showing itself to be the anime where we get, you know, high level action all the time? Do they show themselves to be an anime where it's not about Frierin understanding herself and getting closer to humanity, which is done through dialogue and reconnecting memories? Back to my point about Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling was never a story about anybody but Jinwoo. I will sit here and say 10 times a day, Solo Leveling was never about nobody but Jinwoo. Literally, if you look at the fucking name of the anime, of the manhwa, what is it called? Repeat after me. Solo Leveling. Jinwoo is the only person that can get stronger in this world. It is about Jinwoo reaching his potential, if there is a limit to that potential in the first place. That's what Solo Leveling is about. Now that you know what Solo Leveling is about, is Solo Leveling bad? People are using like the example of like, okay, hype. Why is hype such a bad thing to rate an anime for? Hype should never be a bad thing to rate an anime for. Even if you think it's all hype and that's all the people like it for, it don't matter. There's a reason it's all hype. Take? Thank you, bro. We need to give more validation to hype being a factor in an anime's value. If we being for real, that's something that Frierin didn't have. Frierin was amazing. Frierin was an amazing anime, but people weren't waiting for Frierin every week. Frierin wasn't crashing sites. Frierin wasn't garnering all that attention. That's a factor. Also see like animation carrying. Nigga, what top 10 anime has bad animation? Duh, that's what it's for. That's what it's for. Of course animation carrying. It's the point of watching anime, to watch it being animated. The beginning after the end is known for having the best story of all manhwas. Alright, that might have been a crazy take. That might have been a crazy take, but the beginning after the end has an anime. Is that anime good just because it has an amazing narrative? No. Why is the beginning after the end's anime bad? Because it's a slideshow. The animation fucking sucks. You know what? I'm starting to realize you just can't please everybody, bro. Everything's gonna be. If Frierin won, niggas would have been mad too. Niggas would have been calling Frierin boring and lame and slow and like not as hype as Solo Leveling. You just can't win, bro. I don't want to go into too much depth because I could really make like a long in-depth video about this shit. But I just wanted to say that I think both Frierin and Solo Leveling deserved Anime of the Year, man. It's okay for an anime not to have tragic backstories for all their characters. The story to not be as developed and over convoluted as Attack on Titan or Hunter x Hunter. Like, that's fine, bro. You don't always have to eat steak for dinner, but that don't mean that steak is just gonna be 1000% better than having tacos. Enjoy a taco, enjoy spaghetti, enjoy hot dogs and ribs. The best way to rank anime is by reading the story for what it's trying to do. Openings, endings, OSTs, tension. Well, we'll lose tension in Solo Leveling, but there's not tension in Frieren either. Frieren is a demigod. Thematic messaging. Yes, Solo Leveling does have thematic messaging. Maybe not as many. It's maybe not as many as in Frieren, but Solo Leveling does have thematic messaging. Don't get that misconstrued. Character design. Hype is a big factor. When a lot of people really want to see something, that is a good thing. In the end, do I think Frieren is great? Yes. Do I think Solo Leveling is great? Yes. You can't get mad at a story doing what it's doing just because you're comparing it to something else. And that's it, bro.